Hey, here we go. It's time for post four. Okay, so we're going to get back to the technology. Post one, post two, post three. That's like the core information that you should really start to understand. You should start to assess where you are. That's what this technology is designed to do, is to bring you to higher levels of function with both your physical and your emotional choices. And we're going to do a quick review here to get this thing rolling. So, in the first lesson, we just talk about capturing this low-hanging fruit. So, this is when your body naturally resets and relaxes. This is when it goes into its rest and restore phase. So, remember in lesson one, this is set by your actual birth time. So, this is why it's so important that we have an accurate birth time. If your birth time is off, then this little downspill right here, where it shows you the best time to rest and the best time to digest, then you miss it. Can we help you reverse engineer it? Yeah, it's a little bit more lengthy, but you're going to want to watch the video that gets you started on how to do that. And then you just literally have to pay attention. And now that you know that this is a sliding scale, meaning that this downward fall is going to happen at different times. So the low hanging fruit, when it hits the very bottom here, when it zeroes out, see how it's 335 and then it's 319. If we fast forward to the next one, you're going to see that 319 slides down here, and then the next time is going to be 303. So as we go forward, what's happening here is time is sliding backwards. This is actually happening earlier and earlier within the day. So you're going to notice that this changes with the season. In fall and winter, it goes backwards, and in spring and summer, it goes forwards. So it really takes a lot of discipline to try to time your schedule around eating and resting during these downtimes. Now we're going to add just a little bit, and we talked about this a little bit on the first couple videos, but this black average here is your friend, okay? So if you want to know when this is going to be the strongest, it's when this black average is down in this lower section, when it's in the green or the yellow. Then your body is more in a rest phase during this time. Versus over here, you can see that the black average is up here in that orange section. So this downward low-hanging fruit is not going to be as powerful as this one is. And it has to do with where the circadian rhythmic graph is. This sets the tone, and this is what that tone feels like. That's how you look at these two things. And then we didn't talk much about the circadian graph up here, but it's not very complicated. So the two ones that we look at are the blue and the purple. Now you can see the magenta line here as well, but this doesn't really move. This moves so slowly that you're not going to notice it. This has got a much more noticeable feel to it, how the emotions cycle up and down and how our physical rhythms cycle up and down. So right now, we're just introducing it. You're just going to pay attention to this. So if this was my 24-hour period that I was looking at, I would really want to make sure that at 3:03 p.m. on Wednesday, January 28th, 2026, that I want to have that day in order to be able to rest. I'm going to take time out of my day to capture this one because this is lower than this one. And by chance, if I don't sleep well or I wake up or I have plenty of sleep and I want to get up and harness some of this power and not sleep through it, that's what I'd do. So you can start to use these graphs to understand one, when the best time is going to be to eat. And then once you understand when the best time to eat is, then you can start to come up here and go, well, when should I be active? When should I harness the power of what my body's already doing? Because to be active down here, you're going to take away your body's ability to heal and repair. If your average is down in the yellow or green, you want to take it easy. You want to listen to your body. And if it's up here in this active section, can you rest it if you want to? Yeah, you can. But there's an advantage to actually be active when your rhythms are in that phase where it's going to actually amplify the effect. So you're going to get more out of that activity, is how that would be. Okay, so we're pretty much going to do the second lesson review now too, because as we do this, I'm going to start to tie this stuff more into what's going on in the circadian graph. So we're going to focus now on the purple skinny line here, okay? So what the purple skinny line indicates is when it's going to be a highly likely time that people are going to be shorter with their patience. So when the emotional micro gets up into the orange or the red section, it's starting to get you feeling agitated. And you can see this is real time. This is Tuesday, 8:47 p.m. I'm going through some times where my rhythm is primed. So if somebody came attacking me at this exact time, does it mean I'm going to react? No, it just means it's harder for me not to. And pretty soon, once you get used to what this feels like, it doesn't go away. Like the feeling that you get it's annoying sometimes. You're just like, it's that crawling under your skin kind of feel, or it's the, I'm just not quite satisfied with anything. What's going on? That's what this is. And they feel different depending again upon where this black average is sitting. So if the black average is up here in this more active zone, I'm going to feel this more than when it's down here in the yellow zone. I want you to be able to see the variation and how to expect what you're going to feel in any 24-hour period of time. And you're going to start to notice that there are quite a few things that you can really start to key off of that give you a huge advantage. So instead of having to learn everything all at once before you can read any of this, I really want you again just focusing on this little skinny blue line and this little skinny purple line. And to see when this purple line is going to fluctuate, that's why we use this E time control over here. So I flipped this on when we went in here, but remember, if you want to go back to the physical and see what's going on in the physical rhythms, when you take E times away here, what it does is it aligns the physical time. So now we can see the peaks and the valleys. If we want to go back to when the emotional rhythms change out, then we do this. We just click E times. That's it. That's the full review. All right, so let's end this post 4 with some homework. I want you to check out the playlist, the 8-step process. It explains what this is, it breaks down the clocks, it outlines the objective, it clearly indicates and shows you the difference between a positive feedback loop and a negative feedback loop so you understand what you're playing for and you kind of get the concept of what heaven and hell is. I mean, it's kind of a cool little series of videos, and then it really just ties all the displays together. I mean, right now we're only using a fraction of this technology. The first homepage, we've got 2 other pages to expand upon, and we haven't gotten to any of the graphs, and we haven't tied it to anything really here, what's going on in the middle yet. And those videos are going to start to lay the foundation. So as I go those places, you're going to go, oh, okay, I see what he's talking about. That 8-step process, essential. So even if you don't have your birth time, keep investing in this process because there's a lot more going on here. We're just scratching the surface right now. There's plenty to learn at the Health Reconnected website. Just keep pouring into those resources and we'll help you make sure that that birth time is reversed as quickly as possible. I'm sure we're going to set up a form for question and answers and descriptions. Don't you worry. We just need people that are interested and willing to do the work, and we'll be there right with you every step of the way. See you next post.